Today's lesson is finding angle measures given two parallel lines in a transversal. So we're going to do a bit of a review because today you have to give justifications using correct math vocabulary. It's pretty easy to find angle measures because you have practice knowing which ones are congruent. Today you have to figure out why though. So we're going to start with find all the angle measures if A is 125. So this is pretty easy because you know that vertical angles are congruent, and then we can make them go to another neighborhood. And you know to jump to the next angle, this one right here, these two are supplementary, so we've already used 125 of it. So we subtract from 180, so B is 55 degrees. So therefore all the rest are as well. All the ones that are left. Oops, 55. So A is 125, B is 55, C was 55 because it was vertical to B. D was 125 because it was vertical to A. And then we can jump down, again, a variety of different ways. E was 125 because it was corresponding to A. F is 55 because it is supplementary to E. G is 55 because it's vertical to F. And H is 125. Again, many reasons I could give. I could say it's alternate exterior to A. I could say it's vertical to C. I could say it's corresponding to D. I could say it is supplementary to F or G. So many different arguments I could give. So again, what we're doing today is finding angle measurements given two parallel lines in a transversal, but justifying our answers. All right, let's start with our first example. Here we're going to find all of the angle measures, all of these angle measures, if angle 1 is 30 degrees. So I'm going to start by putting my 30 degrees in here and then going from there. I'm going to go to angle 2 first. Angle 2 and angle 1 form a straight line, so they're supplementary. So we know that they add to 180. So if 30 degrees is already taken, that means 150 degrees is left. So the measure of angle 2 is 150 degrees because, and this is what you could put in your blank, because angle 1 and angle 2 are supplementary. Supplementary. So you're naming the angles and you're telling me how they're related. Supplementary. All right, next I'm going to go to angle 3. Angle 3 and angle 2 are vertical. So I know that they are congruent. So that means angle 3 is 150 degrees as well. So 150 and 150. Then I'm going to go to angle 4. Angle 1 and angle 4 are vertical angles. So again, your justification up here, we knew that angle 3 was 150 because angle 3 and angle 2 were vertical angles. So now I can go to 4, and I know that 4 is 30 degrees because, and again, this is what you would put in the answer blank, because angle 1 and angle 4 are vertical. You could have a different justification or many justifications. You also know that it is 30 because it is supplementary to 3 and it is supplementary to 2. So they needed to add to 180. All right, now we're going to make our jump to the other neighborhood over here. I'm going to start with my angle 1 again, and I'm going to find, and again, I could go numerous places, but I'm going to go to angle 5. You do not have to go in order. I am choosing to. So angle 1 and angle 5, what type of angles are they? They're corresponding. So we know that angle 5 is congruent to angle 1. It is 30 degrees. And again, for your justification, you could say angle 1 and angle 5 are corresponding. I think I just said supplementary. Corresponding. Angle 1 and angle 5 are corresponding angles. Angle 1 and angle 5 are corresponding angles. So next I'm going to go to 6. 6 I know is going to be 150 degrees. And there are quite a few ways, as always, that you can justify that. You could say because angle 5 and angle 6 are supplementary. You could say that it's 150 because angle 2 and angle 6 are corresponding. You could say that it is 150 degrees because angle 3 and angle 6 are alternate interior angles. So there's many justifications. You just choose one, but remember, whatever you justify, you have to already know the angle that you're using to justify it. All right, next, I'm going to go to 7. And angle 7 is 150 degrees. And I know this, again, for many ways, but I could say one justification is angle 7 and angle 6 are vertical, and I know that angle 6 is 150. I also know that angle 3 and angle 7 are corresponding, and we already know what 3 is. I would not talk about angle 8 in my justification because I don't know that one yet. So it has to be one that you already know. All right, and the last one, angle 8, I know is going to be 30 degrees. And I probably would use the justification because it is vertical to angle 5. It's vertical to angle 5. But you could also talk about corresponding to 4 or supplementary to 7 or supplementary to 6 or alternate exterior to 1. So there's lots of different ways that you could justify. I probably, again, would say it because angle 8 and angle 5 are vertical. You choose your justification. All right, so now I want you to pause this and see if you can figure this one out on your own. So pause and write it down. It might not match what I give you, but write it down so you can start wrapping your head around this. Okay, so I'm going to start with angle 2 is 120. And I'm going to go to 1 first. It's supplementary to 2, so it is 60. And again, you might not have went in this order. So 120 plus 60 is 180. So they form a straight line, so they know they have to add to 180. So check, do you have measure of angle 1 as 60 degrees? And then check your answer, like your because, your justification, does it make sense? Angle 3 is 120. My justification is going to be because it is vertical to angle 2. Now I'm going to go to angle 4. Angle 4 is 60 degrees because it is vertical to angle 1, or I could have said because it is supplementary to 2 or 3. I'm going to jump to angle 5. So angle 5, I know, is 60 degrees. And I know this for a variety of reasons. It is alternate interior to 4, and they're congruent. It is corresponding to 1, and they're congruent. So next I'm going to go to 6. 6 is 120 degrees, and one rationale is that it is corresponding to 2, or supplementary to 5, or alternate interior to 3. You could use any of those. Angle 7 is next. Angle 7, right there, is 60 degrees because it is, and again, a variety of different ways, you only need one explanation, but it is vertical to 5, supplementary to 6, alternate exterior to 1. And lastly, angle 8 is 120 degrees. A variety of explanations. I could have said that it was alternate exterior to 2. I could have said it was supplementary to 7 or 5. Or I could have said it was vertical to 6 or corresponding to 3. Any of those explanations would work. You only need one. All right, this one is a bit trickier because it has 2 transversals. Here are parallel lines, but when there are two transversals, it kind of mucks things up a little bit. So let's do the easy ones first. Angle 1 is easy because I know that it is supplementary to the given. So I would say angle 1 is 130 degrees because it is supplementary to the given angle. Angle 2 is also easy because it is vertical to the given angle, so I know that it is 50 degrees. Angle 4 is an easy one because it is also supplementary, so we know that from the 180, 135 has already been used. That's that line right there. So I'm going to subtract. So angle 4 is 45 degrees. 45 degrees because it is supplementary to the given. Now I'm going to jump back to 3. If I ignore this line, I can see that 4 and 3 are corresponding angles. So 3 is also 45 degrees because they're corresponding. If we can take this line out, we can see here's my transversal for these two parallel lines. These are above and to the right of the transversal. All right, now I think I'm going to go to 6 because that's pretty easy to see as well. Angle 6 is 45 degrees, and my reasoning would be because it is vertical to angle 3. They make a V sharing the same two lines. All right, next I'm going to go to angle 5. Angle 5 is above, here's the transversal, here are the parallel lines, and it is in this same, it was opposite sides of the transversal outside. So 5 and the given are alternate exterior angles. Alternate exterior angles, so they are the same. Lastly, 7. 7 we could describe in a few ways, but we know that 6 is 45 degrees and 5 is 50 degrees. So 7 has to be, since they form a straight line here, we know that they have to add to 180. So 180 minus these two added together, which is 95, equals 85. Please remember that when I'm drawing these, I don't have them to scale. I just sketch them out. So again, my rationale would be because angle 5, 6, and 7 have to equal 180. And 5 is 50 and 6 is 45, therefore 7 must be 95.